Hanstead, founder and CEO of Kid Builders, and today we're going to build solid fuel rockets. For step one, you'll need 4 parts to build the engine mount. You'll need the engine retainer, the engine mount tube, the plastic circular retainer, and one of the green retainers with the slot cut in it. The first thing we're going to do is put a couple of measurement marks on the engine mount tube. We want to mark at 2 1/4 inches and another mark at 1 inch. Simple dot marks are all we need. Next we'll take our utility knife, and at the 2 1/4 inch mark we'll make a small slit. In that slit we will stick the engine retainer wire. Next we'll put a small bit of glue around the tube at the 1 inch mark. Then we take the plastic circle, we slip it over the end of the tube, and we slide it right down on top of the glue. Wipe off any excess glue and put that excess glue out on the end. Next step, the bottom end where the retaining wire is sticking out, put another circle of glue right out at the edge. Then we'll take the green circle with the little slot cut out, holding the slot right where the wire goes through. We glue it on and we wipe off any excess glue. And that completes our motor mount assembly. For step 2, we'll need 3 parts. The motor mount assembly we built in step 1, the plastic fin unit, and the complete green mounting lug. Take the motor mount assembly that we built in step 1, holding it by the green circle at the bottom, we insert it through the bottom of the fins. We push it up until the green circle is about flush with the bottom of the fins. Then we take our glue and we put some glue around the outside of the mount, and we slip the green lug over the top and down, flush against the top of the fins. Wipe off any excess glue and use it to coat the outside of the green lug and the fin, and you're done with step 2. In step 3, you'll need 3 components. You'll need the fin assembly that we just built in step 2. You'll need the main body tube, and you'll need the launch lug. Take the main body tube and put a small bit of glue on the inside edge. Insert the fin into the end and down over the orange section. Spin gently to get the glue around the entire outside and set that part down. Next, we're going to put the launch lug on the outside of the main body tube down near the bottom. We want to mount the launch lug right in the middle of two of the fins, like so. So we simply put a small bit of glue, small line of glue, right down the side. We then take the launch lug, stick it right onto the glue. We want to line it up so it's basically parallel with the body, such that when we put it on the launch pad, it will hold the rocket straight up and down. And that's it for step 3. In step 4, you'll need 2 components. You'll need our rubber band parachute retainer, and you'll need the instructions. Okay, let's start. The first thing you do is open the instructions, and you'll see a little section that indicates that you cut it out with the scissors. Cut that section out of the instructions. It has the number 1, 2, and 3 on it. Set the instructions aside. And we're now going to use this to mount our retainer. So the first thing we do is lay it down with the cord on the 2 and coming out through the 3. Holding it down with one finger, we put a little bit of glue on the area, the number 2. We then take the end where the number 1 is and we fold it over approximately where the line is, and we glue it down. We then add a little glue to the top. We fold it over one more time, approximately where the line is. And now we should have a well-sealed anchor for our shock cord. In step 5, we need 2 components. We need the main rocket tube and assembly that we built earlier, and we need our shock cord assembly that we built in step 4. All we need to do in this step is put a little bit of glue on our shock cord assembly, and then take it and with our forefinger stick it down inside the tube along the edge and push it down as deep as possible. Try and avoid getting any glue on the surface, inner surface of the main body tube near the edge. Try to keep the glue down in the bottom of the tube. In step 6, you'll need the final 4 components. You'll need the main body tube with shock cord hanging out, the parachute, a small eye bolt, and the top to the rocket. Start by taking the top to the rocket, holding it in one hand and turning it up. Take the eye bolt and in the small hole begin to twist in the eye bolt. Twist the eye bolt in as far as you can. And then stop. Next, take the parachute. You pull down all 3 parachute cords, bunch them together, and stick them through the eye bolt. Stick all 3 of them through the eye bolt and pull them out the other side. Then you want to open each of the 3 parachute cords, loop them over your finger, like so. Once you have all 3 of them looped over your finger, take the end of the parachute, stick it through the loop, and pull it snug. all the way down until the parachute is snugly attached to the eye bolt. Next, you'll stick the loose end of the shock cord through the eye bolt and simply tie it in a knot. Once, twice. Now your parachute is ready for launch. First, you'll need a motor. These rockets take a small motor called an A8-3. You'll notice that one end of the motor is empty. The other end has the fuel. You want the end with the fuel pointing down. You take it in the bottom of your rocket, push it in to the hole, and slide it up until the motor retaining mount snaps closed. You'll notice that your motor will stick out of the bottom of the rocket. Next, we'll take 3 pieces of wadding. We crumple up the wadding. We stick it down inside the rocket tube from the top. Stick in all 3 pieces of wadding. Last but not least, we'll prepare our parachute. Fold the parachute in half, fold it snug, and then use the cord to wrap around the parachute, making it as tight as possible. Last, take the shock cord and wrap it around the parachute. Now stick the extra shock cord and the parachute down into the rocket from the top, pushing it all the way down inside, and then slip the top right onto your rocket. Being careful to make sure all of the parachute is inside. The top should fit loose so that when the rocket reaches its apogee and the second engine fires, the top can pop out and expose the parachute. Finally, to launch, you'll need the final 2 components, an igniter and a plug. Simply turn your rocket on its side, stick the igniter down into the hole in the engine, and bend it over away from the motor lug. Take the plug and stick it right into the same hole so that it will hold the igniter in there nice and snug. Set your rocket back down, bend the 2 wires coming out of the igniter apart, and you're ready to put it on the launch pad, hook up the firing pin, and let her rip. Thanks and have fun. This is a really great project, and I hope you enjoy it.